Stanley. You already filled out your consent form, I see, once again. This is the third time, so you pretty much know the drill by now. Um, but to start off, is it okay that we're videotaping this interview?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Whenever you want to stop the interview, just let me know and we can stop recording. Whenever you want, just let me know. And another thing, we've already gone over this, but about confidentiality once again. There are some limits to it, of course, because confidentiality, generally, as I've explained before, is tends to be 100%, but there's that non 100% in there. There's little things like billing is when confidentiality breaks. If you are not safe to yourself or unsafe to others, but the confidentiality has to be broken. And also if there is like courts requesting your documents, but we do only give out limited information in that case. We don't give out everything.
Okay.
Do you have any questions or concerns about any of that information?
I don't think so. You've been very clear.
All right. So I want to go ahead and get started with this intake. So what brings you here today? This evening.
Well, I have really been feeling overwhelmed, and you've been so helpful in the past that I thought maybe we could talk and spend some time with what's going on in my life now. Things have changed a lot. So now, on top of being a busy doctor and having computer problems, now my father, who's 78 years old, he'll be 79 next month, um, is living with me and my family. He has dementia. He was in the hospital and he was deemed not to have capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So he cannot live alone. He has to be with somebody all the time. So 24/7, he has to be with somebody. He doesn't think he needs to be with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even have a bedroom for him yet in my house.
Yeah, that sounds tough. Sounds like a tough situation you're explaining. So you don't have a bedroom yet for your dad, and he is going through dementia, has dementia, and you're kind of acting as his caretaker then, since he's going to be living with you.
Yeah, I am. But I'm also working full time. I have 2 adult children living with me while they're doing college and working full time. And so they're helping, my husband's helping. And we've actually had to hire the neighbor to also come a couple days a week. It's a lot because before last week I was really used to getting up and having the living room to myself and having quiet, having coffee, being able to reflect, watch the birds, do my daily devotional. And now when I get up, it's different. I make the coffee still, of course, but then I get Dad's coffee for him and I give him his morning meditations and get him starting his day.
Yeah, so it sounds like your routine has changed quite a bit, and it's causing us overwhelming emotions.
Yeah, I would describe it like there's anxiety for sure, but I feel like I feel like now I'm even more limited in my time to take care of myself, which has been a repetitive theme in my life. And now it literally feels like the walls are closing in on me sometimes because I can't make plans. For example, Friday, I'm supposed to go to a doctor's appointment for my yearly physical, and my father has a physical at the exact same time to reestablish with his doctor, and I have to cancel mine, which I've had scheduled for a long time, and it's hard to get the appointments, and I gotta take him because nobody else can take him Friday, and our appointments are at the same
Do you think a good game plan for your goals would be to wrap them around this kind of anxiety, overwhelming feelings involving, planning things out, involving just these emotions in a over
I-
this sense?
Yes, I do. I think I would like to try to come up with at least a couple of goals where I can try to structure, um, even though it feels impossible. I think if we talk about it, it might become a little bit less impossible. I hope. But I want to try to figure out a way that I can carve out maybe still a date night. I used to go on a date, try to go on a date once a week with my husband to try to keep our marriage going. With all the stress, we haven't done that, and it makes more fighting, and it just makes it harder. So one of the goals is I really want to try to establish I want two big things. I want to keep some time for myself somehow, carve it out, whether I get extra help, whether my kids kind of take my dad for dinner or something so that I can go have some time with my husband. That I want to try to do if we can figure out a way. And then I have really, I was exercising, I was walking a lot, I would go to the gym once in a while with my daughter. And now I barely have time to get ready in the morning and get out the door. I work all day, I come home and I don't have time to do anything. I have to make dinner now every night because my dad's sick. So I have to feed him. And there's just, it's kind of all of a sudden like having another child, but it's an adult. It's my dad. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just a mess. Like all night long he sleeps. Because right now he's in the living room and he can't hear. And he wants to sleep with the TV on, so it's loud. All of us are just disturbed by that. I am finishing my basement. So he will have like a nice space, a bathroom and a bedroom and a safe area for him to be in that will be a little private for him and maybe give us some of our space back. But this is my new normal and it doesn't feel normal.
Yeah. Sounds like him living with you has caused a little bit of a disruption from 1 to 10. 1 being the least amount of kind of disruption with your schedule, and 10 being the most amount of disruption, like chaos per se. So from 1 to 10 there, having your father move back in with you has caused how much kind of disruption in your normal routine? From 1 to 10 there on that schedule. I mean on that scale. So.
I would say, I would think like 10 utter chaos probably would be a little more, in my mind, I would think of it like as a death or, just a loss of a job. So I'm not there where like, I feel like my world's imploding. But I'm almost there. So probably an 8.5. Not quite a 9 or a 10, but not even close to a 10. Not close to a 1. Like closer to the, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Because I'm not eating right, I'm not exercising, I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not doing that mindful meditation stuff we talked about. I'm not taking walks. I'm just not. And I feel like I'm getting up earlier and I'm staying up later. And I'm trying to still function and give of myself all day long to my patients. And I feel a little bit frayed around the ends. Like, I feel like maybe it'll get easier. I hope.
That's definitely sounds like a goal to have.
Yeah, that's a lot. Thank God for coffee.
Yeah, and yeah, I've had a family member who's been diagnosed with dementia before, so it's definitely it can be a tough road to go down.
So you can kind of relate. It's so hard, especially when things that he used to understand really easily, like language, doesn't seem to click with him anymore. And when
here's an example of what kind of scared me, because I just don't know really what to expect.
That his mind will do.
We took him out for supper to Pat's Pizza, and I ordered the pizza he wanted, and we ordered a big salad for the table. And so when the salad came, I served his salad on a salad plate, and he sat for a while just looking at me and looking at my husband and looking at the plate. And he said, I was like, is there something wrong? And he said, I've never seen a pizza. I don't remember pizza looking like this. So my dad thought that the salad was his pizza. And I said, no, that's your salad. And he said, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But I don't know what the world looks like from his eyes anymore. Because he's scared about something.
There's that disconnect there in his mind of some areas then.
Yeah, yeah.
And he will do, like, he called me in the living room yesterday in a panic. And I was trying to do the dishes, and he said, come here, I gotta show you something. And I went in there, and he was like, look. And it was a pillow that has fringes. But it's been there the whole time he's been here. You know, and it's a brand new pillow, new to my house, like a year old. And it's cute, but he thought that it was broken, that there was something wrong with it because it had the fringes. He didn't remember seeing it any of the other days, but he's been using it every day. And there was a cord to plug in my cell phone, and he was like, oh my god, there's a line. So he thought that the cord was like a big line, and he didn't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like, it's weird to have my dad not.
Yeah, some changes then that you're noticing from due to his dementia.
Yeah, like he doesn't remember my name all the time. So, and I mean, he just can't do stuff that he obviously used to do, and it's just weird.
So talking about diving into more of your family then, because we've been talking heavily about your father. So you mentioned having 2 kids, 2 adult children. Getting into kind of a family history, switching gears here.
Yep.
So is that your whole family unit then?
No, I actually have 3 children.
I have 2 daughters, and they're only a year apart, so they're 22 and 23. My 23-year-old daughter lives in Wisconsin, and she works out there. My 22-year-old daughter is going to college and working full time, actually. She's an overachiever. She's living with me, and she helps me a lot. She actually comes home right after her job and helps me with Dad. She actually gave up her second job to help me, which is really amazing. It's just because he loves hanging out with her. And then my son is 20, and he works full time. And he has 4 long days, but he helps a little bit on Friday. And my husband, who I've now been with 9 years, and it's my kid's stepdad, is busy with his job, and he tries to take my dad with him. That's my like immediate family, like I would say. Of course, there's my mom and my dad. My mom lives in Gray, and my parents are divorced for the last couple years. So, and I have 1 brother, and he lives in Gray, and I have a niece and